we deal with what we deal with day in and day out. Be true to yourself about what you are dealing with and how you are dealing with it. And be honest with yourself. If you're not happy with your care plan, then you need to take control of it. With neuropathy, it's not like our doctors have any ideas at all what you can do other than to load you up with medications. We, on the other hand, have learned that certain vitamins and minerals will stop in their tracks a good number of the symptoms of neuropathy. And we know that certain diet habits trigger these symptoms also. Doctors don't share this with you. They kind of, it's a love-hate relationship with these guys. They're specialists, but if they can improve how you feel, then what do you need them for? And that copay that you give them every time you visit, every 3 months or 6 months, and whatever they have agreed to with your insurance company, they don't get that anymore. And more important than either of those things is they lose the tax write-off from you as a patient. These days, you are of the greatest value to them because they bill you $700 and change for your visit. They have agreed to accept less than $100 from the insurance company. They take your copay if they're a specialist for $50 or $75, and the balance of their bill they get to write off. So they make more money in the end by not taking your money and by not taking the insurance company's money. But if they can't bill you, then they're not making any money on you. So the end result there is, I guess, the moral of that story. If the doctor improves how you feel, you're going to stop seeing them. And if you stop seeing them, they lose a patient, they lose a customer, and they lose a chunk of their deduction that they rely on. So you just add that up. Let's say the doctor charges $500-600, or he writes off $400 or $500 on every one of your appointments, and you see him 4 times a year. That could be a lot of money when you add the number of patients that he shoves into a day, and it's probably 15 or worse. You're important to him or her, but they don't have to be important to you. At the end of the day, you can find your own way given the knowledge, and that's what happens to be here, the knowledge. When I was being treated by a neurologist for my neuropathy, all I had to look forward to were doctor visits, filling prescriptions, continuing to feel the symptoms at 100%, and the side effects from the medications. And it just was depressing because there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Until that day when I finally said, I've had enough. And thankfully, knock wood, I was able to come up with the solution. And it's one that works for human beings. So if you happen to be a human being out there, it will work for you. You just have to follow it. And that's where that first recommendation of a topic comes in, following it. I'm doing some of the protocol. Okay. Some of the protocol is not going to get you where you would like to be. if you are feeling a little better from some of the protocol, then maybe if you were doing all of the protocol, you'd feel a whole lot better even more and faster. So don't kid yourselves. If you do say you're on the protocol, then you kind of have to be doing everything on the protocol. And if you're not doing something, you've really got to have a great medical reason why you're not. And it's one of these things where there isn't an element that's in the protocol that isn't already a part of your system. The deal is that it takes a therapeutic amount in order to increase the speed of healing. So it is a matter of taking control. And you have to put in order to get out, which means that you have to educate. You have to read what we've told you to read. You have to look at what we've told you to look at. It tells you exactly what the protocol is, how it works, how to get at it. And it beats the crap out of the brick wall. It beats the crap out of lifelong constipation, head fog, depression, and reliance on medications that don't actually correct your problems. If you're going to do it, do it.
We are houseplants. We require water, sunshine, and nutrition to thrive. Healing does not discriminate. If your body is prepared to do its work, it doesn't really care what work needs to be done, and it only has one place of employment. It works full-time, overtime, and requires the simplest mix of compensation, the greatest component of which is your frame of mind. As for rolling back your symptoms and restoring your quality of life, the protocol works. To find out how the Protocol 525 can change your life, join Solutions to Peripheral Neuropathy Pain and Discomfort, a Facebook support group. To access more videos from our Protocol Learning Series archive, visit facebook.com/groups/SPNPD.